and welcome to Kieran Cosplays ASMR. And tonight I have a different type of nerdy tingles for you, because this is kind of weird for me to say out loud and admit, but I am a bit of a K-pop fan. And tonight I thought I would go over my very first Lightstick, which is the ARMY. And I thought I would tell you a little bit of my story with becoming an ARMY. I wouldn't necessarily call myself an ARMY anymore, but BTS will always hold a very, very special place in my heart. Not just because they were the group that introduced me to K-pop, but because their music had a lot of meaning for me personally. And this is kind of an unboxing video, I guess you could say. And because this is my Lightstick. Let's just do a little bit of tapping. Now, when I was in high school, I did not like K-pop at all, because my exposure to K-pop at that time was kids who thought they were better than you because they didn't like the mainstream, because K-pop wasn't mainstream then. And now it is a lot more mainstream, so I'm not in school anymore, so I'd be very interested to see how it's talked about now. But I'd been aware of K-pop and I'd been aware of BTS for a long time, and I'd heard a few of their songs, but it wasn't until late 2017, that is a train, until late 2017 with their DNA comeback that I really started to get into them. And Jimin's solo, because with BTS they put out a single or a song on the album before the album actually comes out, and it features one member, and it was Jimin's song, and love me now, touch me now. I'm not a good singer, but that was just, his voice is just so pure. I, as a seasoned K-pop fan now, I know there are very many unique, rich voices in the genre. And Jimin's was the first that really spoke to me, and it was so nice. Although I didn't really like Don't Come For Me Please. I can appreciate DNA. It's a good song. It just wasn't my cup of tea. So I was like, let me hold off on standing BTS for a while. And then Love Yourself Tear came out. Oh, Love Yourself Tear. The whole Love Yourself series is so good, but Love Yourself Tear is, and Love Yourself Tear is probably my favorite album, my favorite BTS album. And the most beautiful moments in life, those two albums, part 1 and 2, are close second and third. But Love Yourself, Tear is so good. Outro Tear is probably my favorite BTS song. I love all the ciphers. I am a rap line enthusiast for BTS. I think they have one of the best rap lines in K-pop. K-pop has a lot of very talented rappers, and BTS just got blessed with having 3 incredibly good rappers. So that's a little bit of my background on being an ARMY. And I remember they were going on tour, and it was the Love Yourself tour. And I've never wanted to go to a concert. Up until that point, I had never wanted to go to a concert as badly as I did want to go to the Love Yourself tour. And I was so excited, and I didn't have, or at least not a high-paying job at the time. I didn't have the money to buy the tickets, and I was so devastated. And one day, like the day the tickets came out, my dad was like, "I will buy them for you." Oh, I love my dad so much, and that is one of the biggest things I am most grateful to him for. Now, the day of the concert, it feels kind of like a fever dream. And I had seen people on the Bird app being like, the concert felt like a fever dream. You go in, then it happens and you're leaving, and it's a surreal experience. And I was just going into it. I had asked my sister, who you have met in a previous video, which will be, if you go to my channel, it will be there, my beautiful sister Sarah. I asked if she would like to come to the concert with me. She said yes, and we went. Oh my god, my sister was like, I was freaking out the whole time, and my sister was just like, "You good, bro?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." And it was when, what was it called on Twitter? Flying Bunny? With Jungkook, when he was hooked up to the harness and flown around the audience. And Taehyung was in the big bed for why am I forgetting the name of the song? But his intro song. I haven't listened to BTS in such a long time, aside from my core favorite songs, just because I know I'll fall back down the rabbit hole and have other groups that I stan now. But I do still really love BTS. And it was such an incredible concert experience. And I remember being like, I need to get an ARMY Lightstick. I'm not sure if I can say that but if you're an ARMY, you know the name of the Lightstick. Us adorable representatives, MCs for youth, with our lovely Bangtan boys. Now, this Lightstick came with photo cards. I don't know if the photo cards are still in here. Let me check. They might be in my room. Let's see. I might be doing this. Give me just one sec. And here it is. My lovely Lightstick. Let's see. It still turns on. Here it is. believe this is the and it blinks too. There we go. This is, I believe, the 3rd generation of the Lightstick, because the tour was in 2018, and I love it so much. And it's been chilling out in my room since 2018, so for 4 years. And let's see. I remember being at the concert and I couldn't get my Bluetooth to work, so all I had was this. So it didn't turn any fancy colors. It just had this, which was more than enough. And I don't know if it shows up well on camera, but I got my purple lights because I purple you. I haven't been active in the fandom for a few years, just for my own mental health, because that fandom can get, I love ARMY, but sometimes y'all can get a little crazy. And also, I just kind of didn't love their more recent music as opposed to their older stuff, which I know is such a old person thing to say. I prefer their old stuff. But I just haven't felt a real deep connection to their newer stuff, which I hope that changes because I do really love the group. And this makes a decent sound. Let's just show it one more time. Maybe do a little follow the light. Oh wait, I forgot the fan chant. Oh no. It's been such a long time since oh, that's very bright, sorry. It's been a long time since I've done the fan chant. But I do really love the group. I can't listen to Spring Day very often because I'll cry. I don't care what any of I haven't been on Stan Twitter in a long time, but I don't care what the newer ARMY says. No More Dream. Solid pop and a half. It is so good. Maria, such a lie. Shimmy, shimmy, yeah. I wouldn't say it's the best debut in K-pop history, but it was a cultural reset. It was a cultural reset. It really was. And I also have various merchandise of the BT21 characters, which I might do a show and tell of those later. But I do really love my Lightstick. It's so good. So good. Let's get some nice sounds with these. Now these are my photo cards. The ones that came with the Lightstick. Now I might not have my Jungkook one because he was my phone case photo card for a while. If you're not familiar with K-pop, a lot of K-pop fans get clear phone cases and then put a photo card in the back so you can see the photo. So, first we got our lovely RM, Kim Namjoon. There we go. He is, if you're unfamiliar with BTS, he is their leader, the leader of the Bangtan Boys, Bangtanso년단, which is their full name. I haven't been in the fandom for a while, but I've heard that a lot of new ARMY doesn't know their Korean name. And I was like, that should be one of the first things you learn. But no, hey, we all, us K-pop stans, we all start out somewhere. And because this ARMY bomb I got around the time of the Love Yourself era, specifically Love Yourself tier, they're all in their fake love get-ups. So I got my lovely Namjoon here. Suga, who is Min Yoongi, he is my bias. He has been since the day I first got into BTS. Dichita, even though when it came out I wasn't really in the fandom anymore, I'll still listen to anything he puts out just because he's so talented. Jin, Kim Sok-jin. He's just so funny. I love watching, I haven't watched it in a while, but Run BTS. Hilarious. Even if you're not into most K-pop fans have, or not fans, but bands have their own little reality TV shows, and BTS's one is called Run BTS. And even if you're not a K-pop fan or a BTS fan, I highly recommend watching Run BTS because it's so funny. And Jin is so funny. He's the oldest young of the group. Is that Hobie? I don't have my glasses on. Let's see. It's Hobie. This is a really cute photo card. J-Hope. Jung Ho-suk. He's just such a little ray of sunshine, which I know is kind of like his thing that the agency kind of makes him put on, but oh boy, every time I see him smile, I want to smile. And this is a really cute picture of him. And now, oh, Singularity, oh my god. V is Kim Tae-young. His solo song before Love Yourself tier album was Singularity, and Singularity is what got me hook, line, and sinker into BTS. Oh, his voice is like a very rich baritone. Dare I even say a bass? But it's a very deep, rich baritone, and every time he sings a tenor part in a song, I'm like, big hit, what are you doing? Because yes, baritones can sing tenor parts, but after a while, especially if you're not using vocal techniques that work for you, it can damage your voice. So every time I hear him sing tenor, I'm like, give him the bass part. He's also so beautiful. He's there. I think Jin is technically their visual, which if you're not familiar with K-pop, visual is an official position in the group which basically just means you're in charge of looking pretty and having like glamour shots in the music videos. And Jin, I think, is the official visual, and Taehyung is like their, after a while he was kind of appointed their visual. She's so gorgeous. Yes, I don't have my Jungkook one here with me because the last one is my Jimin. My Jimin card. Park Jimin. He is such a good dancer. And I know a lot of EXO-Ls and ARMYs like to pit Jimin and Kai against each other. Y'all do know that they're like best friends, right? They are best friends in real life. So, also, I feel like this is a good time to say every K-pop group is talented. You have to be talented to debut. And I think pitting groups against each other is not cool. It's not fun. A lot of the times the idols themselves are actually friends, and to see their fans fighting with each other is not good. Let's get a little tapping in here. So it's one of the reasons why I'm not active in fandom life is because there's so many fan wars. Like right now, one of my favorite groups is BTS, and for some reason, them and the Stray Kids fandom tend not to get along from what I've seen, and it's like, the boys are friends, right? And I feel like if you put your biases and your prejudices aside and genuinely listen, not just title tracks, but some B-sides as well, you can find something that you like about every group, I feel like. Even if you're strictly a boy group stan or strictly a girl group stan, if you look at each other's discography, you can find some common ground there. And I used to be one of those ARMYs that was like, BTS is superior, everything else is just trash. I admit it. I'm sorry. I never was vocal about it online. But to myself, that's how I was like. And then I got introduced to NCT, which is an SM group. And I was like, wait, they're actually really talented. And then ATEEZ, who's like, wait, they also write and produce their own music. So I feel like if you keep an open mind with K-pop, no matter which group you stan or if you only stan one group, you can find something that you enjoy. And it makes being a K-pop fan so much more fun when you just open up to all the love in your heart. And, I purple you. Find your purple in other groups too. Find something about another group that you might have had bias against. Find something that makes you smile about them. Obviously, unless they've been in severe controversies, but let's put that aside. Let's say we're in an ideal world. Just find something that you love. They're all talented. They've all worked their butts off. And yeah, you can find something you love in each of them. That's how I fell in love with NCT. But this video is about BTS. Sorry, I went on a little bit of a tangent there, but let's see. Shall we play a little game? I'll shuffle these cards. And I want you to guess which photo card is gonna pop up. 3. Place your bets. 3, 2, 1. Who do you guess? If you guessed Hobie, you're correct. Let's try this again. Maybe you'll win this time. Place your bets in 3, 2, 1. Have you figured it out yet? Because it is Jin. There we go. And one more time. Place your bets in 3, 2, 1. If you guessed Namjoon, you're correct. Now, I think I could go on and on about BTS for forever, but this was just supposed to be a little show into my army bomb and my photo cards that came with it. And yes, I did say my bias in BTS is Yoongi, Suga, and my bias wrecker would probably be Namjoon. The entire rap line owns my heart. Let's just put that there. But yeah, that has just been my little story, my concert story, my little army story, and my just experience of being in a K-pop fandom. Now, I will be going to the NCT concert for this tour, and I will be doing a video on NCT, and then I will be going to my second ATEEZ concert in November, so I'll do a video on ATEEZ, and then I will do a video of all three, of just playing with the light sticks. Now, I hope that you have a good night or a good nap.